stop mowing for a second. Your front yard can feel bigger this weekend without adding a single square foot. The surprising trick is layered depth. Tall elements in back, medium in the middle, and low at the edge, so the eye travels farther. In today's luxury home decor transcript, we're going from Zen gardens to lush lawns, sharing 100+ front yard landscaping ideas for modern, classic, cottage, and everything in between. Before buying plants or stone, pick one clear goal: welcoming, low maintenance, kid-friendly, or show-stopping. Then divide the yard into 3 zones: arrival, display, and function. Arrival leads visitors comfortably to the door. Display creates curb appeal from the street. And function hides the practical stuff like bins and hose reels. When each zone has a job, your design choices feel intentional instead of random. A quick sketch on paper keeps decisions aligned. Next, build the bones, path, edges, and one focal point. A walkway is like a hallway outdoors. It should feel generous and safe underfoot. Choose straight lines for a modern vibe, or soft curves for traditional and cottage homes. Add edging, brick, steel, or stone, to keep mulch and gravel tidy. Finally, pick one focal anchor: a specimen tree, sculptural boulder, or statement planter near the entry. Comfort first, proportions always look more upscale. Think of your yard like a room with a color palette. Start with green as the base, then choose 2 accent colors for blooms or foliage. A calming Zen palette loves silver, deep green and white. A cheerful cottage palette leans into pink, lavender and cream. Repeat your accent colors in planters, door paint, and even outdoor cushions to make everything feel coordinated. Consistent color reads expensive, even when the materials are simple. Seasonal trends can refresh curb appeal without a full redesign. In spring, use bulbs, airy grasses, and soft pastels for a clean reset. Summer is for bold texture, hydrangea, glossy shrubs, and tropical-looking leaves that hold up to heat. Fall brings copper tones, seed heads, and ornamental kale in containers. Winter still matters. Evergreens, red twig branches, and warm lighting keep the entry inviting when flowers take a break. Think of seasons as rotating decor. If calm is your priority, try a Zen-inspired front yard. Use gravel or decomposed granite as a quiet ground cover, and place stepping stones in an even rhythm. Add one sculptural feature, a stone lantern, a water bowl, or a clipped pine, to create a focal point without clutter. Keep planting minimal. Dwarf grasses, mossy ground covers, and one small tree. The luxury here is negative space. It makes every detail feel chosen. prefer classic comfort. A lush lawn can feel premium when it's framed like a rug. Instead of grass everywhere, outline the lawn with deep planting beds, a low hedge, or a crisp gravel strip that reduces trimming. Choose drought-tolerant turf where possible, or mix microclover into your grass for a greener look with less water. The goal is definition. A healthy, bordered lawn feels polished rather than plain, and it photographs beautifully year-round. For modern homes, go architectural with shapes and repetition. Think large rectangular pavers with gravel joints, slim black edging, and planters in concrete or matte finishes. Choose plants that hold form: boxwood, yucca, agave, or columnar evergreens, so the yard looks sharp year-round. Limit the palette and let texture do the work. One dramatic accent, like a multi-stem tree, adds personality without breaking the clean, minimal vibe. Fewer elements, bigger impact. Cottage style thrives on softness and abundance, but it still needs structure. Keep a clear path, then let plants billow around it. Roses, salvia, catmint, and flowering shrubs that spill gently. Use a picket edge, brick curve, or low boxwood to frame the wild parts so it feels charming, not messy. Stick to a few repeating bloom colors for cohesion. Cottage curb appeal is curated chaos, balanced with gentle order every single time. Traditional landscaping loves symmetry because it instantly feels settled and elegant. Match planters on both sides of the door, mirror shrubs along the walkway, and consider a centered feature like a small ornamental tree or fountain. Even a compact yard can look grand when the layout is balanced. Choose timeless textures: brick, stone, clipped hedges, and classic plants like hydrangea, holly, camellia, and boxwood for year-round structure. Symmetry also simplifies maintenance and pruning. To capture a Mediterranean mood, aim for sun-baked warmth and relaxed structure. Use gravel or pale stone, then add terracotta pots with rosemary, lavender, and thyme for scent. If your climate allows, a small citrus or olive tree becomes an instant statement. Upright evergreens give that iconic silhouette, while silvery foliage keeps the palette cohesive. Add a simple bench near the entry to create a vacation at home feeling every day. Farmhouse curb appeal is practical, cozy, and clean. Gravel paths, weathered stone, and simple wood planters feel authentic without trying too hard. Keep the palette mostly white and green, then add a few hardy blooms, coneflower, black-eyed Susan, or hydrangea for softness. Black metal lantern lighting and a tidy hedge line give structure. A small herb border near the walkway adds fragrance and function, and it looks charming in every season too. For a tropical-inspired look, focus on big leaves and layered greens. Mix palms, glossy shrubs, and bold textures like cannas or elephant ear-style plants where climate allows. Ground everything with dark mulch for a rich resort feel. In cooler regions, mimic the vibe with large hostas and hardy grasses, then rotate colorful containers seasonally. Add one bright accent color, coral or teal planters, to keep the energy playful while still feeling polished and cohesive. Desert and drought-smart yards can be lush in texture, not thirsty in water use. Start with gravel or crushed stone, then add sculptural succulents, hardy grasses, and boulders for drama. Create plant islands instead of scattering single specimens, and repeat forms for rhythm. A dry creek bed can be both design and drainage, guiding rainwater safely during storms. Warm tones, sand, rust, and deep green make everything feel intentional. Add a few flowering succulents for color. Budget-friendly upgrades begin with editing, not shopping. Trim overgrown shrubs, remove clutter, and redefine edges so the yard looks cared for immediately. Then spend on a few high-impact items: fresh mulch, 2 large planters, and updated house numbers or a mailbox face. Treat plants like a wardrobe. Buy backbone shrubs for long-term structure. Then add seasonal sparkle with inexpensive annuals you can swap whenever you want a refresh. Mulch alone can look like a makeover. Containers are a renter-friendly, instant curb appeal strategy. Choose pots in one material family: terracotta, concrete, matte black, or woven resin. Then vary heights for depth. Use the simple formula: thriller, filler, spiller. One tall statement plant, one mound of color or texture, and one trailing plant to soften the edge. For a luxury feel, use fewer bigger pots rather than many small ones. Grouping them creates a designer moment at the door instantly. Small or narrow front yards need smart space optimization. Angle the walkway slightly and deepen planting on one side to create the illusion of width. Use vertical elements, trellises, slim trees, tall grasses, to draw the eye upward and make the space feel taller. Tuck a compact bench into a corner so the yard becomes a destination, not just a pass-through. When every inch has a job, the whole frontage feels larger. Wide, flat yards can feel empty unless you break them into outdoor rooms. A low hedge, ornamental grass line, or short fence can create a front parlor zone near the entry and a display garden closer to the curb. Curving beds and repeating plant clusters add movement and stop the lawn from reading like a blank field. Choose one focal feature: bird bath, sculpture, or statement tree, to give the eye a place to land. Driveways and parking pads deserve styling too, because they're a huge slice of what people notice. Add a slim border bed between the driveway and lawn to soften the hard edge and reduce string trimming. If space is tight, use a gravel band with drought-tolerant grasses and tough ground covers. Consider permeable pavers or spaced pavers with green joints for a high-end look that also manages rain. Even simple repetition makes a driveway feel designed. Upgrade your entry path like you'd upgrade a hallway. Widen it where it matters. If possible, create a small landing near the door so guests don't bunch up on a narrow strip. Mix materials thoughtfully. Stone with brick edging or pavers with gravel joints, for texture that feels intentional. Keep it level and slip-resistant, because comfort is part of luxury. A well-designed path quietly signals quality before anyone even knocks. Add subtle curves only if they aid flow. Lighting is the easiest transformation that works in every season. Layer it like interior lighting, path lights for guidance, uplights for trees, and a warm porch fixture for glow. Stick to one finish, black, bronze, or brushed metal, so everything feels coordinated. Solar lights can handle accents, but low-voltage systems give steadier brightness for main areas. Aim for warm, gentle tones instead of harsh white. Soft lighting makes landscaping feel expensive and welcoming. Water features add a spa-like mood, and they don't have to be huge. A bubbling urn, small recirculating bowl, or wall spout can bring soothing sound and movement. Place it where you'll enjoy it, near the porch or along the arrival path, so it becomes part of daily life. Pair it with smooth stones and a few container plants. The secret is scale. One well-placed feature beats many tiny ones competing for attention. Think of hardscape as outdoor furniture and flooring. A simple bench near the entry signals hospitality and provides a spot to set packages or wait comfortably. Choose weatherproof materials like teak, powder-coated metal, or stone, and keep the silhouette aligned with your home style. Even one chair and a small side table can create a front lounge vibe. When seating feels intentional, the yard becomes livable, not just decorative for everyday use. Hedges and borders are the clean lines that make everything look finished. Low boxwood, dwarf holly, or compact privet frame softer plants and add structure year-round. For a modern look, keep hedges clipped and edges straight. For a natural look, use looser borders like lavender or dwarf rosemary. Pair borders with steel or stone edging to keep mulch in place. A strong border makes even budget plants look professionally designed. Trees are the ultimate statement piece because they add height, shade, and long-term value. Choose a tree that fits your scale. Ornamental varieties for small yards, shade trees for large lots, and columnar trees for tight side setbacks. Keep the base neat with a mulch ring or ground cover to simplify mowing. Aim for seasonal interest. Blossoms, fall color, evergreen form, or winter bark. One smart tree choice makes a yard feel established fast. Flowers are your accent pillows, and you can swap them for new energy. Use perennials as your reliable base, then add annuals mainly in containers or small sparkle pockets near the entry. Repeat the same bloom color in a few places for rhythm and calm. If you love an English garden feel, pair roses with airy fillers like salvia or catmint. Controlled repetition keeps the abundance from feeling chaotic. Pick long bloom varieties for easy wins. Texture is what elevates a yard from nice to designer. Mix leaf sizes and finishes. Glossy with matte, fine with bold, upright with mounding. Pair spiky grasses with rounded shrubs, or large hostas with delicate ferns in shade. Even an all-green palette feels rich when texture varies. Use the rule of 3. Repeat a plant type or texture at least 3 times across the yard to create cohesion and a sense of calm. Low-maintenance design starts with smart grouping. Place plants with similar water needs together so you're not overwatering some while starving others. Use drip irrigation in beds, and apply mulch deeply to hold moisture and suppress weeds. Pick slow-growing shrubs to reduce constant trimming, and leave a clear walking zone near paths so nothing scratches ankles or blocks doors. Maintenance-friendly choices don't look boring. They look intentional and calm, like a well-edited room. Designing for kids and pets is about durability and flow. Create a clear, sturdy path that handles muddy shoes, and keep thorny plants away from high-traffic areas. If you want a soft play patch, define a small lawn rectangle and protect flower beds with low fencing or raised edges. Choose tough color options like coneflower, daylily, and lantana in warm climates. A yard can be stylish and practical when movement is part of the plan. If your front yard bakes in harsh sun, build comfort into the design. Use light-colored hardscape to reduce heat, add shade with a pergola or a well-placed tree, and choose sun lovers like lavender, rosemary, sage, and ornamental grasses. Gravel can work beautifully when paired with drip irrigation and drought-tolerant plants. Create one shaded pause point near the entry so arriving home feels relaxing, not like stepping onto a hot skillet. Shady front yards can feel magical when you embrace layered greens. Use ferns, hostas, heuchera, and shade-friendly hydrangeas. Then add a warm-lit path so the space feels inviting instead of dim. Brighten corners with white blooms or variegated foliage that naturally catches light. Keep the layout airy. Shade gardens look best with breathing room and a few bold leaves. Shade doesn't limit style. It creates a serene, woodland luxury mood. Add mossy stones for softness. Slope challenges can turn into standout features with the right strategy. Terracing with low retaining walls creates usable planting pockets and helps prevent erosion. If full terracing is too costly, use staggered boulders and deep-rooted ground covers to stabilize soil. Add steps that feel wide and secure. Then soften the edges with low plants for a tucked-in look. Plan drainage early. Permeable surfaces and dry creek lines guide water where you want it. Landscaping is decorating, so bring interior-style principles outdoors. Repeat materials the way you'd repeat finishes inside. Match planter tones to your door hardware. Echo stone from the path in a mailbox space, and coordinate lighting finishes. Add seasonal styling in small doses. Lanterns, a wreath, a textured doormat, without cluttering the entry. When exterior details feel curated, the whole home reads cohesive. Styling turns plants and dirt into a designed experience, effortlessly. Entry details like house numbers and mailbox styling are small, high-return upgrades. Choose a modern font for contemporary homes, or classic serif numbers for traditional architecture. Mount numbers on stained wood, stone, or a clean metal plaque for contrast. Then integrate the mailbox with a small planting bed, ground cover, low grasses, or flowers in your accent color, so it feels placed on purpose. These details quietly signal quality and make the frontage feel finished. Front yard privacy can be soft, not fortress-like. Use layered planting, tall grasses, shrubs, and small trees to screen windows while still feeling open. A low fence paired with vines or hedges creates a friendly boundary that frames your property. If you need faster coverage, use large planters with clumping grasses or narrow evergreens. The goal is to filter views, not block them completely. Gentle privacy adds comfort and a sense of retreat right at the curb. For instant designer impact, create a signature entry moment. That can be oversized planters with evergreen topiaries, a fragrant herb border that releases scent as you walk by, or a dramatic pendant-style porch lantern. Keep the area uncluttered, then choose one bold element that repeats your palette and style. A signature moment becomes your home's identity and makes every season feel styled. It's the outdoor equivalent of a beautifully dressed console table. Sustainability is a major trend, and it pairs perfectly with luxury. Replace thirsty lawn sections with mixed planting beds, meadow grasses, or drought-tolerant ground covers. Direct runoff into a rain garden so storms become a resource, not a problem. Choose native plants when possible. They usually need less water and support local pollinators. Add a shallow water dish with stones, and you'll invite butterflies and bees while keeping maintenance light and the yard lively. If you love drama, use contrast like a designer. Pair dark mulch with bright foliage, or pale gravel with deep green shrubs. Contrast can be color but also form. Tall, narrow trees next to low, rounded beds. Smooth pavers beside feathery grasses. Keep contrast controlled by repeating it in a few places instead of scattering it everywhere. When contrast is intentional, the yard feels bold, modern, and high-end without needing complicated plant collections. To plan without overwhelm, follow a simple order. Start big, then refine. First place trees and major shrubs for structure, then decide path and hardscape layout, then fill in with perennials and ground covers, and finally style with containers and lighting. This prevents the common mistake of buying lots of small plants without a backbone. Measure your space, respect mature plant sizes, and leave breathing room. Good spacing is what makes a yard feel designed, not crowded. Now you've got a flexible playbook, from Zen calm to lawn lushness, with color palettes, seasonal swaps, space-saving layouts, and budget-friendly upgrades that suit almost any home aesthetic. Pick one idea to try this week, and tell me in the comments what style you're aiming for and what challenge you're solving. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel Luxury Home Decor for more decor and landscaping inspiration. See you in the next one.